Hey, what's up, guys? I got the McLaren today. Gonna load my what am I gonna load? Yeah, barber setup. So, where is it? There we go. Oh, 1 second. Gotta turn on my dash. My dash isn't on. Lost without my dash. Alright. So, give this old college try. Kind of looking forward to this car and this track with my V2 wheel and the Formula 1 wheel. I have a feeling it's going to feel like a big go-kart track. So if you've never seen my videos before, I just like to take a set from a previous week. I'm not going to take Daytona's because it's too different from this track. So I went with Barber because pretty similar tracks in a sense. Barber's obviously smoother, but you know, they got a lot of flowing corners. So I'll run this until I feel I'm up to, excuse me, still got a little cough. I'll run this until I feel I got the most out of it. And then at that point I should have a pretty good idea what I'll want to do to the setup to help me get around the track quicker. So right now it's all about figuring out what gear I should be in, where my braking points are, all that fun stuff. I know it's been a while since I said this, but the whole purpose of me doing these videos and all that stuff was to show people that, you know, you don't have to do a lot to tune your car for the next week, and sometimes you only have to do 1 or 2 changes. It's more you just learning the track is the most important thing, especially when, you know, I don't know, 7-8 weeks into working on setups for these cars, so the setups themselves, just by the nature of me always working on them, are getting, you know, they're very in tune with my driving style. So usually the longer this goes on, the less setup changes I have to make, just because I'm finally getting the car to just feel more natural with my driving style. So that's why as the videos have gone on, I've had less and less stuff to work on, because I've just had less and less problems or less and less issues with the car behaving a way I don't really work well with. I think I'm 3rd gear for that corner. Almost go flat out through there, but I did have to lift a little bit through the middle, just a little 36.75 push there in the middle. Pretty much braking right at that white line that goes across the track there, down to 2nd gear, hug that curb all the way around. Quickly up to 4th and back down to 3rd. Don't want to hit that curb, and then this corner, let it float out a little bit. Just a couple of feet there in the middle, and then try and get a double apex out of that corner. And of course, probably the scariest part in real life, this corner. You just touch that grass, you gone. Come up here. There's a couple skid marks on the track. That's basically where I'm braking for that. There's a board on the right back there. It's like a U-turn sign, so I'm braking for that corner. Try and get a late apex for this corner. That's pretty nice. Up here, not quite sure I'm braking yet. This time around I'm gonna brake at the 100 board. Can brake a little bit deeper. That's one thing with your braking points. It's always best to start farther back and then lap by lap slowly move up your braking point. This pushes right there and I just barely have to lift. I'm almost thinking about taking a little wing out of the car just to get it to rotate a little bit more there, because it's just such a high speed corner and I feel like the wing will have the most influence on changing the setup to get it to turn just a little bit more there, but still super early to be. Just a thought that popped in my head, thought I'd share it. So yeah, let this one float out a little bit wider. I just think a double apex is the way you want to take that corner, but I could be wrong. No real clear-cut braking markers there. Probably going to use that road on the left. I don't know, it's some kind of access road is. I broke too deep there. Second gear. Back up. This little yellow spot on the rail back there, I'm braking about 10 feet before that. Brake a little past 100, closer to the curb this time. It was a little bit better. Just before that curb. Just gotta be patient there to get back on the gas. Again, no real clear-cut braking marker there. Just kind of go like a certain distance from the curb in front of me. Probably like 8-10 feet from that curb that was starting on the left.
36.
There, so I'll brake at the white line here. Oh, didn't go down all the way to second. Again, you don't really want to touch that curb. You want to get as close to it as you can. And so, see an access road up here on the left. Pretty much braking just before that. About 5-8 feet before that. Brake at the white line here. I think that white line's like the perfect spot to brake there. And you see that little yellow on the side there. I'm braking before it, but as long as I get like the distance I'm braking before it every time, it'll become a natural trigger for me. Something I won't have to think about really. Love this wheel, man. Old wheel, that would have gone around for sure. This wheel just maintained.
39.09.
I actually think iRacing's force feedback's awesome. I hate to say this because I used to be in that boat, and I know sometimes it sucks not having the good stuff and not having the ability to get the good stuff. But you can't talk bad about iRacing's force feedback if you don't have. I don't know what the Thrustmaster version is. I don't know how good the highest end Thrustmaster is, if it's up to par with the V2 wheel, but I mean, if you don't have at least that level of wheel, I really don't think you don't have the tool to analyze that situation. Is iRacing's force feedback good enough? You just don't have the tool to tell you if it is or not. But once you get something that, like, I can only imagine how good that Aki Force is going to be. I might get that after another year or two, let it go through a couple stages of development, all that fun stuff, and everybody else figure out all the bugs with it. But eventually I'll be getting that wheel. Just because of the way you can set up your own profiles, and it's wild. I think it's going to be awesome. But for now, this is more than what I need. This will last me a couple years easy. But it just, everything makes more sense when you just got a wheel that can
36.8
provide the correct amount of forces. Alright, get off my soapbox here and start running laps again. See if I can find something I don't like with the car. Honestly, right now, I can't find anything I don't like with the car. But full disclosure, I haven't been paying attention that much. Oop. Okay, we're going for a drift, boys. Oh, I would have been able to counter that, but then my rear tires hit the grass. Went all the way around. If that grass wasn't there, I would have drifted the heck out of it. Alright. Not a real drift, obviously, but I was in control until that grass showed up. Again, with my other wheel, no, not in control. She gone. Probably in that rain. Alright, let's see what we can do here with some a little bit older tires now. See if we can find some faults in this setup. Well, I know that there's that one spot I want it to turn a little bit more, and that's on the exit of the last corner, or going through the middle of the last corner. So I don't know if I ever finished my initial thought. Was the main reason for me making these videos is to show you guys, you know, how to create a decent setup for a race, not like something that's gonna just be a magic setup and win, but I wanted to give you guys something that was you could look at as a baseline or a solid setup for the week, you know. That message might have got lost in the last dozen videos or so, because I haven't really reiterated that point that I wasn't going for like super ultimate setups, which take, you can spend as much time as you want on those setups and always find something to still work on. Whereas I just want to make something in a pretty short amount of time. Kind of worried about taking wing out in that corner though, because the rear end's already kind of light. See if we can do something mechanical, maybe. Almost felt better rotation. Did a corner that time.
36.32.
I mean, as far as baseline setups go, I can put this on the forums. It just, I hate making these race prep videos now, not having anything to tune. It's kinda defeats the purpose of the video. That's about the only spot she's sketchy. Just going through that. downhill right-hander. Other than that, stable all the way around the track. Yeah, nice little sector going on here. Yeah, I broke too late. Missed my apex. So other than trying to practice good lines around the rest of the track, right now I'm just really focusing on this downhill right-hander now. Just trying to really analyze the car and see what I need to do for this corner. That felt pretty stable. I think it's just one of those corners you definitely have to. Now, every track's got at least one or two or a couple, but it's that corner you always have to be paying attention. You can't ever really go into autopilot mode. As soon as you do, that's when it gets you. Nope. Oop. That was an accidental downshift. Yeah, I tried to go too wide. .81. See how she behaves this time through here. I think previously I was always going down to third gear there. Trying to stay in fourth now. It seems like that's the better way to go about that corner. That was the first sign of the rear end getting loose through there. Could hear the traction control kicking in through that corner too. The reason I'm still running laps is because I still don't have a clear answer of a setup change I can do right now. So I'm really just trying to find something here. And I do have to lift just split second, but I have to. 35.97. Because right now, like, two different problems I'm having are at the opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, I'm a little squirrely going down through that right-hander, but then through the last corner I'm a little tight in the rear end, so whatever I do to one corner, it's going to make the other corner worse. That's kind of a dilemma. And by kinda, I mean is. Keep it in fourth gear that time. Getting a little pushy down through that middle part. Do a couple more laps here. Set the lift right there.
$35.75.
This car's just hooked up through corners like that. It's gotten the throttle super early, beautiful rotation, no wheel spin. Easily the best I've got through that corner. I just butchered that sector.
$35.58.
Okay. Wow, look at the difference in pressure. Okay. And I'm just gonna do some full-blown experimentation right now. Guess I could try the wing out first. Just bring this down about 3 clicks. We'll see how it affects the rotation of the car through that corner. See if it makes it too unstable to go through that downhill left-hander. I'll switch to the track map. I could point all this stuff for you guys on. Oh, I guess there's one right here. So, hoping it doesn't get loose right here. And I'm hoping it turns more through here. Alright, let's see what we got. I mean, wing, you got more wing in the car, it's gonna cause more downforce. So it's gonna push those tires, just think you got more, think of it like level 1 wing, you got 1 kid sitting on your rear end. 2 wing, you got 2 kids. 3 wing, you got 3 kids. It just continually adds more weight to the rear when you're at speed. Obviously it doesn't affect it when you're going slower because when I have to explain that. You have less airflow going over the wing, therefore less downforce. But yeah, so the theory right now is when I'm going through that corner, I'll have a little less weight over those rear wheels because it is a high-speed corner and the wing does play an important role in the handling of the car. So it'll be less weight on those rear tires, which means relative to the front tires will have more grip now, and hopefully they'll turn the car more, and the rear won't have as much grip. And I'm not saying I want it to get loose back there, but a little less grip would help those rear tires come around just a little bit more. Oh, let's see what we got. Nope. Still got a lift. Only other spot I'm really going to notice adjustment in the wing is coming up right here. And we are sliding. We are sliding. But we got a V2 wheel, so we can save those. I'm telling you guys. It's all about the wheel. So I'll see if that was just poor driving on my part next lap, or if it's going to do that every time. Because if it's going to do that every time, then we don't want that setup change. Well, that's always a good idea to see if you can adjust your driving style to make it work. So that's basically what the aliens do. They just take a piece of crap that hauls ass and make it work. So I guarantee you try and drive their sets, you think it's a piece of crap. It does feel like I only have to let off for just not a fraction, but kind of only had to let off for a fraction earlier, so it's still not really obvious if that's benefiting me. I think if I take an easier approach to that corner, everything will be okay. Nice one, purple through that last sector. I wasn't paying attention. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. I almost want to say it's exactly the same as before.
35.79.
It does feel like it's got better rotation through that last little part of that corner. Definitely did notice a change there. I think I just got a little bit too much of that curb that time with my inside tires. Just broke the car loose.
35.68.
You go purple throughout last sector. Well, kind of slow on my last downshift there.
Thirty-five point five five. Thirty-five point four eight.
Okay. I'm gonna save that because it really helped me out going through the that downhill left-hander, and it seemed to help just a little bit with the last corner. Now just right now, I want to experiment with these tire pressures because I just don't like them being this far off. I need to bring this down about 10. That was about 7. That should be 10. I'm going to bring this down about 6. 3, 7. All right. Oh, guessing that made the car too low somewhere. Camber numbers are different. Guess I probably shouldn't have changed that before it's done adjusting. Just trying to figure out why my car's weight distribution's a little off. Like 0.5 millimeter higher over here. Camber's. Oh, it's this thing again. Forgot about that. It didn't really do as much as I thought it would, but I saved that and stopped messing with that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. Alright, so right now I'm just kind of seeing what kind of effect this will have on the car once we get up to speed. See if it has any major negative effects when I'm getting started. It's basically right now my left side tires have less pressure in them than the rights, but when we get up to speed, I'm hoping everything equalizes. And the left sides aren't getting burned up quite as much. Because that was just, those are pretty big pressure and temperature differences that I was seeing. If the difference is a little bit closer, then I usually I'll just, you know, let it go. But when you start getting up around those kind of differences, you gotta do something about it. At least I think you do. It's cause too much uneven wear on the tires. Yeah, a little too fast into that corner.
35.07.
Oops. It's a miracle I didn't hit anything. Alright, let's see what the tire temps are getting to. I'm gonna go up. Got a difference of 6 right here, so I'm gonna go up half of that. I'm gonna leave this alone back here because we didn't really run too many laps. I'm gonna leave it right there. And that's just so I can have even pressures once we get like 10 laps gone. Right now I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can do to try and get the car to rotate a little bit more through that last corner. Got the diff maxed out. Just gonna do that because I'm tired of making people run out of gas. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Gonna look at last week's thread on fuel. Said I should have had 80 liters last week, so go up to 80 liters, and hopefully this will be enough gas for every single track we go to, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now, what can I do? Let's see, maybe I can raise. I'm gonna raise the rear of the car, but I'm gonna do it in an uneven fashion just because I want this outside to be higher than the inside because there's more right-handers, so kind of think of it like I'm kind of making a mini oval setup. Since there's only a couple left-handers, the right-handers are going to be more important, so if you are going to want the car to be unbalanced, you're going to want it to be unbalanced the way that it's going to benefit you more. And that means making the outside of the car higher than the inside of the car for right-handers, because right-handers are the majority. I still can't figure out why it's was off in the first place, and then I also increased the rear ride height, which is going to add a little bit more oversteer into the set. So hopefully the combination of those two things will make me go faster. Kind of think like I'm staggering the car to kind of lean into a corner. Like if you yourself, your human body, you're going into a corner, you're going to lean into it, right? You're not going to lean out of it. That's kind of what I'm doing with the setup since it's already a little cattywampus. It's a technical term for uneven.
.31.
Okay. Starting to get a little burnout. Not gonna lie. Dude, why? Why is all this stuff freaking like? I did add a little bit of fuel that last time, so I'm not really worried about the time differences. I was more just seeing how the car was handling. I'm gonna try and raise the car some more. There we go. Just keep getting that center of gravity higher in the rear end to hopefully get a. Basically, if your rear end's higher than your front end, your car's gonna want to oversteer more, and if your front end's higher in the rear end, it's gonna want to understeer more. So I'm just making that rear end higher, so hopefully I can get some more oversteer in the car. Because I haven't really had a problem with oversteer. I do have to pay attention to the car in this downhill right-hander coming up here, but other than that, got real no problem with oversteer. So I'm a little too fast into that corner. Still have to lift. Went in there a little hot, it caused a little bit of push through the middle. I'm pretty retarded. I just realized why my ride heights are off because my tire pressures were different. Sorry.
35.29.
Case of the retards there. It's all coming together, guys. Don't worry. So what that does make me think about that, tell you guys, is as you know, as tire pressures get higher, it's going to cause more of that lean-in effect, which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but it's a thing. I would like to say in theory it's a good thing. because there's still more right-handers than left-handers.
.72.
Quite a few purple sectors that lap with more fuel. Couple laps into the run.
34.
Basically my best lap. Doing something right. Bam! Alright. Then we'll call it, guys. It's a good spot to ran my best lap. How many laps was that into the run? 4th lap into the run. Alright, guys. See you in the next race prep video. Oh, actually, the tire is only 3 laps in. But you can imagine, you know, you put a couple more laps on it, and then these are going to... I still think by the end of the race, this left front's probably going to be about 3 over this right front. And I think these will equalize. Already saved that? Yeah, I already saved it. Alright, guys. Until next time.